you know. I still think about Kamala and how I think she would have been a good choice. I don't care what they say, because she would have done what Lincoln did. Liz Cheney would have been Secretary of State.
Now to some happy news, and the unfunniest flog on television has just had his show cancelled. Yes, Stephen Colbert, the host of a show that was losing $40 to $50 million a year, a show that had a massive team of writers and producers, and still managed to be painfully unfunny and nasty. Here is a little of Stephen Colbert through the years.
Donald Trump has been sworn in as President of the United States. I know. Listen, we're just as confused as you are. Joe Biden did it. I sat down and just started crying with relief. And Evie said, you never have to talk about him again. And then I cried with joy. After a bizarre and vicious campaign fueled by a desperate need not to go to jail, Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May.
And despite the fact that this catastrophe of a program with a dwindling audience was losing bundles of money, The left have somehow convinced themselves that Stephen Colbert was sacked because of Trump's dictatorial powers. This was some sort of a political hit job.
How long do all of the voices against this horrific administration have in terms of their careers and ability to make money? Because this madman, this mentally incapacitated, physically ill, mentally ill man is spiraling out of control. His dementia is out of control. His self-regulation, which he has none of to begin with, is missing.
Oh, poor Rosie. She really is a broken fool. It almost feels bad mocking her. Almost. Let's hear now from actress Jamie Lee Curtis, who also sees some sort of a conspiracy here. Apparently, it's all about shutting down dissent.
It's bad. He's a great, great guy. They just cut NPR and, public broadcasting. Yes, they're trying to silence people, but that won't work. It won't work. We will just get louder.
Oh, Jamie, you silly girl. As if the taxpayer, the American taxpayer, is obliged to fund the hard left activism of PBS or NPR. But the most moronic rant goes to a dude who calls himself a Charlemagne. He actually calls himself Charlemagne the God. This is his fact-free, hysterical and diabolically stupid take.
Canceling Colbert is an obvious move to appease Donald Trump. And I need to tell y'all something. If you don't think we are under a regime with an authoritarian strategy, then you are bugging. This is textbook authoritarian rule. Target your critic, centralize power in a few hands, intimidate through punishment or removal. And you know what that usually does? Shuts people the F up, okay? Tightens control over public discourse, sends a message to all media outlets that criticism of Trump could cost you access, approval, editorial control, all your job. This is what authoritarian regimes do. They weaponize legal systems to punish dissent and control messaging.
I've got to say that's frankly hilarious, unintentionally hilarious, and what the kids call projection, because what he described there is in fact precisely what the left does, not the free speech loving right. Here is Charlemagne the God being schooled by Larry Elder a couple of years ago. This is my favourite clip of his. This is where he tries to race bait the Republican, and it does not go well for him.
In America, 60% of the shootings, robberies, and the homicides are committed by black people, often against other black people. You can't blame it on poverty. You can't blame it on racism. It is a breakdown of the nuclear intact family, and neither side is talking about it.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong?
What do you mean, what do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
But if there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Have you ever heard of the term wake-up call?
No.
It is an incident where a person of color forgets that they are of color and are reminded by an unexpected act of racism.
I'm acutely aware, Charlemagne, that I'm a black person, just as you are a black person. And when Joe Biden insulted you by saying, you ain't really black, we don't know whether or not you want to vote for me or vote for Donald Trump. And Joe Biden has lied for decades about his civil rights record, claiming that he desegregated movie theaters and restaurants in Wilmington, Delaware, when he didn't do any of that. And he came in here and told you you aren't even black unless you think a certain kind of way. It seemed to me that should have been a wake-up call for you, but it wasn't, apparently.
Yeah.